Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away from today's peace. Hey everyone, welcome to the Christyn show. Today, I want to talk to you guys. So, I've been worrying a lot. Have you been worrying? I've just been worrying about everything from my kids to my finances to um, my husband and nothing bad, just worrying. It's just been on my in my head. I'm like, let me get it out. So I called my friend and I was like, girl, I've been worrying a lot and I want to talk to everybody else about it. I'm like, is this something that you're going through, right? And she said, what do you do when you worry? And I said, well, now in this season, because in my past I would just mope around and sleep and be sad and lay in my bed, but and which is could be okay and healthy in some ways, but I said in this season I've decided that that's not what I'm going to do. So she told me, she said, what do you do then? I said, I just put it out my head. I don't think about it. I say, oh, okay, that's a worry. It came on my brain. Okay, I'm thinking about it. But when God has been so good so many times, I just like, all right, well, he got me out of that. He took care of me in this season. I don't need to worry about that. Like I just put it in its place. And sometimes what I mean by putting it in its place is telling a friend, like telling a family member. We talked about writing things in a journal, and I start seeing when I start writing in a journal that how grateful I was and that I'm in a good space, that I don't have to worry. So when you write it down, you can go back and look at it. So that's what I started doing. This past Monday, I said, take out a journal when you wake up. And I'm like, that's what I started doing. And now I get to go back and look at why I shouldn't be worrying, why I should be grateful. And I just start making a list of steps that I've taken to get to that space. And sometimes it's just being in a different location, different space, and just taking in some fresh air. We talked about that before, and just being okay and being grateful for where you are. And that's the space I'm in. I'm moving that posture of worry, from worry to grateful, and that's where I want to be. So whenever I worry, because I do worry, that does happen. When it doesn't look like where you thought you should be, when it doesn't look like financially what I thought I should have, or when birthdays come, or when holidays come and you can't do the things that you want to do, those worries come. It comes, but now I'm like, where do I put it? How do I handle it? So that she asked me that in the past, the way I would have handled, when she asked me how do I handle it now, in the past, I would just be like, I'm so sad. And, I would tell people, and that's a good thing. I'm telling you, that's a good thing because you need to get it out your brain. You need to get the worries out. You need to get the frustration out. You need to talk about it. So I was already doing those steps, but now I'm being intentional about not letting it fester there, not letting it stay in my head, not letting it be the number one thing that I wake up to or think about. And when it starts coming, I'm telling you, the best thing to do is just say, you know what? Okay, I already know that's going on. We're going to figure it out. Or for me, I'm just going to give it to God. If he put me in this space, um, then he's going to take care of it. And I think I told you before, maybe an episode back, that I'm in a season of transition. So the unknown, I don't know what's next. I don't know what everything looks like, but I know what I'm supposed to do. I know where I'm supposed to be. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to stay in that. And I think if I'm obedient in that, not saying that the worries won't come, but I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in that space. I'm okay with it. So I guess I just want you guys to know that it's okay to be in that space of worry, but making sure you don't stay in it. Don't stay in that space. Share it with somebody. One. And then, like, maybe getting a journal and writing it down. And then after you write all that down, make sure you're saying, oh, okay, this is going on, but I'm also grateful. And all my worries, I got life, I got health, I got strength, I got people that love me, you know, for me, I can say I have a roof over my head, I have clothes on my back. I'm grateful for those things, and I just want to be in the. I think I want to get out of worry and be in the season of just rest and gratefulness and being okay where I am. Sometimes we're so busy trying to worry about what the next season is that we don't rest in the season and grow in the season that we're in. So I'm trying my best in this season until I figure out what's next. Well, not what's next, but what this season brings or this transition brings. That I'm not gonna worry, but it does happen. But as long as I keep my mindset that the mindset of when those worries come, that I have a place to put them or a person to talk to, and just making sure that you're lining those things up. And of course, listen, I got plenty of tips for you guys, and sometimes you gotta. One thing would be just not always staying in the same place. Like if you're in the one place and you're just looking all around you, and that's just a stress alone. Sometimes my home, when I just cleaned up everything and the kids came in and lived in the house, and that's what we're supposed to do, that's stressful, and sometimes I have to just walk away, and it might just be just from a room, or it might be just coming outside. It might some people, it might be sitting in the car. It might be going to a friend's house. But I want you to I want us to get out of the worry thing, because sometimes I feel like, I don't know if you ever felt this, like my body is tense when I'm stressed. I feel like I'm in pain. I have a headache, and to me, it's like those worries. I don't want. I feel like it could be unhealthy. It's unhealthy for you. So we're listen. We're gonna be healthy in this season. We're gonna take care of ourselves in this season. And one of those things is not worrying. One of those things is not stressing over things that we don't have. We can't even do anything about. We don't have control over it. So I just want us to start being in a space of gratefulness, and the worries, putting them in its place, if you understand what I'm saying. Not carrying them around with you all day. So we can worry about things, we could talk about it, but making sure we put them in its place, and it's not, on your mind. It's putting it either on a paper, sharing it, going through it, talking about it, and not just letting it linger, because it's not helping us. So, the steps that we're going to take, one, I would say, don't always stay in the same place. We have to move to the next place. So I'm gonna let's travel to the next place. Let's see what that looks like. Moving to the next place and seeing, how we feel in a different space, and how it can help us. How it can help us just learn how to be grateful, because sometimes we could be in a space and not understand that, oh, we're outside, and we're breathing that fresh air that, some people are still did it. I always say this. I'm like, Lord, I'm grateful I woke up in my right mind. Just making sure that we're in the posture of gratefulness. All right, you guys, let's go to the next space, and let me tell you some tips on how we can make this happen. All right, let's go. So a couple tips that I have for you guys is, one, stop worrying. And for me, I just had to realize that God's got me, and that I'm in a space where I have a lot of great people around me that will have my back. And the things I'm worrying about are things that I don't necessarily have to worry about. So the next tip will be, Start meditating. Like, for me, I like to just take a moment and just spend time with God and just meditate on his word and what his word says about worrying. And that's what I do. And then another step is, I think, like I told you earlier, that you just got to take in some deep breaths. And when you blow out that breath, start blowing out some worries. Blow out the things that's stressing you, the things that's not sitting right with you, the things that seem like it's just a whole weight. Like you have the whole weight of the world on you. Like blow all of those worries out. Those are the ones. So you can be, your shoulders could be light. Like you're not carrying so much because you're not made to carry all of that. So then the next thing will be like, just practice self motivation. Like for me, I could say, you know what? Why are we worrying again about this? We came out of it before. I know that when I came, it was at the end of the last time I came out of it, it was like, why did I worry so much? Why was that such a big concern? So now I'm at the point where even if it's something new that I'm worrying about, that it's going to be okay. That, you know, it's not as bad as you think. And just really encouraging yourself that go put all of that, like you have all that energy, go put it towards something else. And that's what I would do. And then I think we talked about it too, about just sharing it with a friend or a family member, or if they're the stress, write it down, you know, because sometimes the friends and the family might be the stress. And then, or kids might be stressed, or whatever else it may be. It could be bills, you know, just so many things that just happen that you don't even know. It could be taking care of a parent. It could just be a lot of things. Whatever your worries are, just making sure that we're sharing it and writing it down. So the next thing was, remember all these worries. If you write them down, write all these worries down. Start writing also the things that you're grateful for. We worry about so many things, but we got so many more things to be grateful for. So if we get out of the posture of, I'm so worried about all these things, and get to the place where I'm so grateful for all of these things. And then just flood your mind with gratefulness. And that should help. And then don't forget one last thing. I'm going to show you. Follow me. Come on. So one last tip/step. We are going to put our worries to bed. That's it. We're not carrying them around. We're not keeping them with us. But when we can't get rid of them, we just need to go to bed. Take some time to rest. I remember this thing that said, worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away from today's peace. I'm keeping my peace today, and I'm going to put my worries to bed. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me get some rest, because I'm not worrying no more today. Love you guys. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you got anything from it, please share it with someone you think it will bless. And make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to the J. Christyn Show right here on YouTube. You can download the audio-only version by subscribing to the show on most major podcast platforms. Also, make sure you check out our links in the comments below for more ways to engage with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the J. Christyn Show.